in 2 Chronicles chapter 16 up to 18. To not share through MP3 or YouTube channel on there, we'd like to suggest the 3 expositional questions. Number 1, in chapter 69, for the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth, to show himself strong on behalf of those whose heart is loyal to him. In this you have done foolishly, therefore from now on you shall have words. What does it mean, and how can you apply it to our lives? Question 2 in chapter 17, verses 3 to 4. Now the Lord was with Jehoshaphat, because he walked in the former ways of his father David. He did not seek the Baals, but sought the God of his father, and walked in his commandments, and not according to acts of Israel. What do these mean in the context, and what can we learn from here? Last question. In chapter 18, verse 1, Jehoshaphat had riches and honors in abundance, and by marriage he allied himself with Ahab. What does it mean within the context, and how can you apply it to our lives? In the last time, 2 Chronicles chapter 15, verses 16 up to 19, and he removed Makar, the mother of Asa the king, from being queen mother, because she had made obscene image of Asherah. And Asa cut down her obscene image, and crushed and burned it by the brook of Kidron. But the high places were not removed from Israel. Nevertheless, the heart of Asa was loyal all his days. He also brought into the house of God the things that his father had dedicated, and that he himself had dedicated silver and gold and utensils, and they were nowhere until the 5th year of the reign of Asa. Asa, the 3rd king of Judah during 911 up to 870 before Christ, was a good king, or a king obedient to God, except non-Christians to remove the pagan high places. You left the scene, you may see the map, King Ahab's Syrian worship area, Syria or Aram, the capital city Damascus. He has they put Ramoth, Gilead there, the Syria area, the city. In the historical background, the boss of the 3rd king of Israel during 909 886 before Christ was an evil king, or a king disobedient to God. Jehoshaphat, the 4th king of Judah during 870 up to 848 before Christ, was a good king, except his son's marriage relationship with Ahab, the evil king. And Ahab, the 7th king of Israel during 874, 853 before Christ, was an evil king. Verses 1 to 6, in the 36th year of the reign of Asa, Asa king of Israel came up against Judah and built Ramah, that he might let none go out or come in to Asa, king of Judah. Then Asa brought silver and gold from the treasure of the house of the Lord and of a king's house, and sent to Ben-Hadad, king of Syria, who dwelt in Damascus, saying, Let there be a treaty between you and me, as there was between my father and the cities of Israel. They attacked Ijon, Dan, Abel, Maim, and all the storage cities of Naphtali area. Now it happened when Baasa heard it that he stopped building Ramah and ceased his work. Then King Asa took all Judah, and they carried away the stones and timber of Ramah, which Baasa had used for building, and with them he built Geba and Mizpah. Asa, king of Judah, did the interference with Baasa, king of Israel, existing treaty with Ben-Hadad, king of Syria, making a new treaty with Syria to attack Israel with silver and gold from the temple of God. So Syria did so. Asa was able to stop through Syria Israel's building Ramah against Judah's access, taking the stones and the timbers of Ramah and using for building other cities in Judah. It's a successful strategy. Verses 7 to 8. And at that time, Haman the seer came to Asa, king of Judah, and said to him, because you have relied on the king of Syria, and have not relied on the Lord your God, therefore the army of the king of Syria has escaped from your hand. Were the Ethiopians and Reuben not a huge army with very many chariots and horsemen? Yet because you relied on the Lord, he delivered them into your hand. Hanai the seer or prophet scolded Asa, king of Judah, because he did not rely upon the Lord, but upon the king of Syria, even if the straight siege was successful. Previously, when Asa relied upon God in his crying out to the Lord in 1,000,000 soldiers and 300 chariots invasion by Ethiopia, God had started the Ethiopians. In the beginning, Asa recognized that he was not sufficient to face the huge attack Ethiopia, calling to the Lord, put himself upon the Lord's side. Received the help of the Lord, God brought him victory. Now Asa was strong, rich, and powerful. Upon Israel's threat, he used the human strategies, relying upon Syria's power, regardless of God's counsel. Asa relied upon flesh rather than God's spirit. Upon successful status, it is so dangerous to be tempted by Satan into the area of the flesh, the human wisdom or human strategies, rather than trust in God. Watch and prayer. 2 Chronicles chapter 14 verses 9, 12, and Matthew 26, 41. Then General Ethiopian came out, so right here you may read them, and Jesus said, Matthew 26, 41, watch and pray, lest you enter into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. Now, verse 8 to 9, for the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth, to show himself strong on behalf of those whose heart is loyal to him. And this you have done foolishly. Therefore from now on you shall have words. Whose heart loyal to God? Who is after God's own heart? God is just looking for people who are following God undividedly, who want to do a work through them with his resources. Then your life becomes rich and blessed because God just continues to flow through you. Asa was delivered and secured by the Lord in Ethiopia's attack. Now trusting in the security given by the Lord without God's counsel, relying upon flesh, rather than to continue to trust in the Lord. So the key is just to get continually your heart in harmony with the God's heart. Sadly, here are fleshly examples in churches. In prayer, we convince God of the validity of things that we are desiring, trying to urge, force, or cajoling God into sin in our ways. It's a sales pitch for a solicited fund to do the things. For example, building a mission field. Any ministries matter. Number two, during prayer time, we are informing God of all of our needs. Although God knows our needs, people do prayer. Book of Acts 13:12-2. And when he had removed him, he raised up for them David as a king, to whom also he gave a testimony and said, I have found David, the son of Jesse, a man after my own heart, who will do all my will. Matthew 68. Therefore, do not be like them, for your Father knows the things you have need of before you ask him. So don't continually, repeatedly ask. Galatians chapter 3. Are you so foolish? Having begun in the spirit, are you now being made perfect by the flesh? Verse 10. Then Asa was angry with the king and put him in prison, for he was enraged at him because of this. And Asa oppressed some of the people at that time. Because of the flesh, Asa was angry, forcing others. Verse 11. Note that the act of Asa, first and last, are indeed written in the book of Kings of Judah and Israel. Verse 12. And in the 9th year of his reign, Asa became diseased in his feet, and his malady was severe. Yet in his disease he did not seek the Lord, but the physicians. Asa ignored God's counsel and visited to the physician, rather than his visits to physicians under God's counsel. Verse 13. So Asa rested with his father. He died in the 41st year of his reign. They buried him in his own tomb, which he had made for himself in the city of David. And they laid him in the bed, which was filled with spices and various ingredients prepared in a mixture of ointments. They made a very great burning for him. Now chapter 17. Then Jehoshaphat, his son, reigned in his place and strengthened himself against Israel. And he placed troops in all the fortified cities of Judah and set garrisons in the land of Judah and in the city of Ephraim, which Asa, his father, has taken. Now the Lord was with Jehoshaphat, because he walked in the former ways of his father David. He did not seek the Baals, but sought the God of his father, and walked in his commandments, and not according to acts of Israel. Israel, actually pagan Israel. God was with Jehoshaphat, first of all, but sought God also not according to acts of Israel. 3 and 4. Question 2. God was with Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, because he walked in the ways of David, who had been after God's heart. And he sought God, who was bound by him. So Jehoshaphat experienced God's works, established reign, presents, received the presents or gifts, which is honors, removing idols, teaching the book of some Philistine and Arabians presence, and increasingly powerful and prosperous Judah through a lot of loyal men of valor and fortified the city on verse 18. Until verse 18. The second Chronicles chapter 15, 1 and 2. Now the Spirit of God came upon Azariah, the son of Od, and he went out to meet Asa and said to him, Hear me, Asa, and all Judah and Benjamin. The Lord is with you while you are with him. If you seek him, always free will, first step, he will be found by you. But if you forsake him, he will forsake you. Up to you. Verse 5. Therefore, the Lord established the kingdom in his hand, and all Judah gave presents or gifts, presents to Jehoshaphat, and he had riches and honors in abundance, and his heart took delight in the ways of the Lord. Moreover, he removed the high places and wooden image from Judah. Verse 7, also in the 3rd year of his reign, he sent his letters, Ben-Hail, Obadiah, Zechariah, Nathaniel, and Micaiah to teach in the cities of Judah. And with them he sent Levi, Shemai, Nethanai, Zebadai, Asai, Semaramoth, Zehonathan, Adonijah, Tobiah, and Tobadonijah, the Levites, and with Ephesians and Jehoram, the priests. So they taught in Judah and had the book of the law of the Lord with them. They were throughout all the cities of Judah and taught the people. And the fear of the Lord fell on all the kingdoms of the lands that were around Judah, so that they did not make war against Jehoshaphat. And some of the Philistines brought Jehoshaphat presents and silver as a tribute, and the Arabians brought him flocks 7,700 male goats presents. So Jehoshaphat became increasingly powerful, and he built fortress storage cities in Judah. He had much property in the city of Judah, and men of war, mighty men of valor, were in Jerusalem. Verse 14, their numbers according to their father's house of Judah, the captains of thousands, Adonai the captain, and with him 300,000 mighty men of valor. And the next to him was Jehoram the captain, and with him 280,000. And next to him was Amasai, the son of Shikri, who willingly offered himself to the Lord. And with him 200,000 mighty men of valor, or brave soldiers, brave men. Of Benjamin, Eliada, of mighty men of valor, and with him 200,000 men armed with bow and shield. And next to him was Jehoshaphat, and with him 180,000 prepared for war. Jesus served the king, beside those the king put in the fortified cities throughout all Judah. Now chapter 18. Jehoshaphat had riches and honor in abundance, and by marriage he allied himself with Ahab. It's a common mistake of believers. Jehoshaphat was made rich by the Lord, not trusting in the flesh without his consideration of God's counsel. Unequal yoke in marriage between marriage of his son Jehoram and Ahab, the evil king's daughter Athaliah. So he lost the first love for God, which he should see and repent, and he should continue to trust in the Lord, being in harmony with God's heart. Consequently, through Athaliah, idolatries came again into Judah, and David's descendants destroyed. Again, it's a lesson to watch and pray always. All close reference right here, 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14, 15, Revelation 2, 4, 5, Jeremiah 6, 16, 2 Chronicles 19, 2, 2 Corinthians 22, 10, up to 12. Then verse 2, after 7 years, he went down to visit Ahab in Samaria, and Ahab killed the sheep and oxen in abundance for him and the people who were with him, and persuaded him to go up with him to Ramoth Gilead. So see map above. So Ahab, king of Israel, said to Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, will you go with me against Ramoth Gilead? And he answered him, I am, as you are, and my people as your people will be with you in the word. Verse 4, also Jehoshaphat said to the king of Israel, please inquire the word of the Lord today. Verse 5, then the king of Israel gathered the prophets together 400 men, and said to them, shall you go to the war against Ramoth Gilead, or shall I refrain? Go there or not? So they said, go up, for God will deliver us into the king of Ahab. But Jehoshaphat said, is there not still a prophet of the Lord here, that we may inquire over him? That means the 400 is not in the prophets of the Lord. So the king of Israel said to Jehoshaphat, there is still one man by whom we may inquire of the Lord, but I hate him, because he never prophesies good concerning me, but always evil. He is Micaiah, the son of Emiah. And Jehoshaphat said, let not the king say such things. Then the king of Israel called one of his officers and said, bring Micaiah, the son of Emiah, quickly. The king of Israel and Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, clothed in their robes, like 2 kings there, sat each on his throne. They sat at the threshing floor at the entrance of the gate of Samaria, and all the prophets prophesied before them. Now Zedekiah, the son of Chenaanah, had made horns of iron for himself. Then visual prophecy. He said, thus says the Lord, with these you shall gore the Syrians until they are destroyed. And all the prophets prophesied so, saying, go up to Ramoth Gilead and prosper, for the Lord will deliver it into the king's hand. Then messenger who had gone to call Micaiah spoke to him, saying, now listen. The words of a prophet with one accord encourage the king. Therefore, please let your word be like the word of one of them, and speak encouragement. And Micah said, as the Lord liveth, whatever my God says, that I will speak. Then he came to the king, and king said to him, Micah, shall you go to war against Ramoth Gilead, or shall I refrain? And he said, go and prosper. They shall be delivered into your hand. Mark the way. So the king said to him, how many times shall I make you swear that you tell me nothing but the truth in the name of the Lord? Then he said, I saw all Israel scattered on the mountains and sheep that have no shepherd. And the Lord said, these have no master. Let each return to his house in peace. And the king of Israel said to Joseph, did I not tell you he would not prophesy good concerning me, but evil? Then Micaiah said, therefore, hear the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the hosts of heaven standing on his right hand and his left. And the Lord said, who will persuade Ahab, king of Israel, to go up, that he may fall at Ramoth Gilead? So one spoke in this manner, and another spoke in that manner. Then a spirit came forward and slew the people. Then the evil spirit, and said, I will persuade him. The Lord said to him, in what way? So he said, I will go out and be a lying spirit, evil spirit, in the mouths of all his prophets, The Lord said, you shall persuade him, and all prevail. Go out, do good, do so. Therefore, look, the Lord has put a lion spirit in the mouth of all the prophets of yours, and the Lord has declared disaster against you. Number 20, shall we go to war against Ramoth Gilead, or shall I refrain? Well, they asked the false prophets, including Zedekiah. And to Micaiah, the true prophet, in verse 5 and 14. All false prophets ruled by a lion spirit allowed by God, Job's case, lied to go to war. Jehoshaphat asked God's counsel through a true prophet in verses 4 and 6, but disregarded Micaiah's divine counsel in verse 22, verses 22, 24, 27. He was fleshly persuaded by Ahab and other false prophets. Verses 12 and 14. To go to war, or Micah's mocking or sarcastic words to Ahab, right here, 12 and 14. Then here, Ahab, Zedekiah, or false prophet who hates Micah. It's noted that Satan or devils may be conversed with God upon solely God's allowance for God's good purpose. Satan or devils defeated by Jesus' crucifixion with blood and resurrection accuses Christians day and night until the destruction into the lake of fire. Again, watch and pray always. This is a cross reference right here. So you may see Colossians chapter 15. Let's see. Having disarmed the principality and power, now is the Lord Jesus led God victory. He made a public spectacle of the triumphing of them in Acts. Now Jesus is victory. Then Zedekiah, the son of Kenath, went near and struck Micaiah on the cheek and said, which way did the spirit from the Lord go from me to speak to you? And Micaiah said, indeed you shall see on that day when you go into the inner chamber to hide. Then the king of Israel said, take Micaiah and return him to Ammon, the governor of the city, and Joash, the king's son, and say, as the king, put this fellow in prison and feed him with the bread of affliction and water of affliction until I return in peace. Micaiah's delivery of a true word of God caused his affliction in prison, showing his holy fear of God rather than man and the joint heir of an incompatible rather than man. In other words, the fear of man. Glorious kingdom of heaven with the present suffering time. Today, for joint heirs with Christ, our loving Christ Jesus, our Lord, can't be separated by any others. Cross reference right here, so you may break down. Then 27, but Micaiah said, if you ever return in peace, the Lord has not spoken by me. And he said, take it, all your people. So the king of Israel and Jehoshaphat, the king of Judah, went up to Ramoth Gilead. And the king of Israel said to Jehoshaphat, I will disguise myself and go into the battle, but you put on your robes. So the king of Israel disguised himself, and they went into battle. After plot in which did not wear his king robe by disguise, but Jehoshaphat verse 30, and to reign the nation of Judah in addition to his reigning nation of Israel. 13. Now the king of Syria had commanded the captains of the chariot who were with him, saying, fight with no one small or great, but only with the king of Israel, the target. So it was when the captains of the chariot saw Jehoshaphat, and they said, it's the king of Israel. Therefore they surrounded him to attack. But Jehoshaphat cried out, and the Lord helped him, and God diverted them from him. For so it was when the captains of the chariot saw that it was not the king of Israel, that they turned back from pursuing him. Now a certain man drew a bow at random and struck the king of Israel between the joints of his armor. So he said to the driver of his chariot, turn around and take me out of the battle, for I am wounded. The battle increased that day, and the king of Israel propped himself up in his chariot facing the Syrians until evening, and about the time of sunset he died. So we covered all your questions. Let's see. Continually available. You may join here at the conference at the end of June. Also keep on prayer here. The South Korean the missionary. We need the Holy Spirit to empower us for whatever work God calls us to do. Please pray for one another about the necessity in these last days of perilous times. God bless you richly.